Hi guys, I'm Chhavi and
Hi guys, I'm Nupur, and today we're going to be doing a review of the new insulin which is in the market, Fiasp.
we've been trying this in-demand insulin for about 2 months now.
Yeah,
Just because we wanted to review it very well for all of you and bring forth our points. So we'll start now.
yeah. So like Chavi said, it's been 2 months, and we've had our ups and downs. So for all you guys who don't know, Chavi is using it with the insulin pen, and I'm using it on my pump. So we thought we'll give you all a kind of a rounded perspective of what it is like to use it on MDI as well as on a pump. And
And also, we're bringing you the much in debate high carb and low carb food.
yeah,
Nupur is on a strict low carb diet and not on a strict high carb diet, but definitely on the other side of the scale. So this is a very interesting review to bring to all.
okay. So Fiasp is this really, really fast insulin that we wanted to try, and we thought it'll be a lot of fun to compare because both of us are doing different things. Chavi on the pen, me on the pump, the high carb and low carb difference. And we wanted to understand how this works and does it really match up to what Novo says, so Novo Nordisk, the company that makes this, claims that it's probably the fastest insulin in the market, and we've kind of put that to the test. So
Hmm.
through our experiences, we'll share with you how we found it to be. So definitely, it is extremely fast. I literally, after I bolused, I could see in within a few minutes, literally within 5 minutes, I could say easily my sugars would start kind of going down. I think that Chavi, you had the same experience, right?
Absolutely same. And it was just so cool to see that you would not have that out of range figure. However, again, out of range is a relative concept because
Right.
Nupur have very different ranges, but whatever your reference range, to bring it down to the same range, it would act so much more faster. That is for sure.
And
Um,
the really cool thing, Chavi, I also felt that many times, like if I was eating a anda burji or a omelette or something, I could literally bolus after I finished eating.
Correct.
That was quite interesting.
It was, but again, so you have to be careful because it is very fast acting. So this is what I observed, that in case you were to give very very long gaps, which you're used to giving
Yeah,
with your normal insulin, I'm using Lispro otherwise. Um, if you were to give that long, and if you were taking, let's say, a high carb diet, where your food will raise your blood sugar at the same time, the action time of the insulin and the time when you eat food will not match.
correct.
So you end up in a hypo for sure, 100%. It happened to me at least thrice
Oh, shit.
because I have a habit of taking my breakfast while on the move. So sometimes I will take the insulin, leave ghar se, and I will take it on the way. And sometimes either it's a phone call or something, and I will forget.
Yeah.
And it's hypo on. So that is something you have to be careful with for sure. There.
Can't really pre-bolus a long time before the meal.
Cannot, because it claims that it enters your bloodstream in 2 minutes
2 minutes.
and it starts acting in 4 minutes.
Yeah. And that seems to be how our experience was also.
Yes. Another thing that I read, like Nupur and I, we did a whole lot of background study before starting because we had a hesitation. A lot of online materials said that you will go into hypos a lot, you'll go into hypos a lot, which is true as long as you don't understand the action time. But after you understood it, I actually did not experience as many hypos. To
True.
be very, very honest,
True.
um, I think it was so easy to keep the numbers in ranges for me. I have been thoroughly in love with this insulin. Yeah,
So
that's
there's one thing I want to say, and that is that if you're on low carb, there are certain foods which, when you eat, will take much longer to break down than
Hmm.
regular foods. So if you compare a roti to a
Hmm.
chicken, the chicken will really take many more hours. So
Hmm.
I had this little block in my mind before using Fiasp. I was telling Chhavi, I don't know if it's right for me, and I don't know if it'll work out, but I'm glad I tried it. So on my pump, with a combination of taking small shots, like multiple shots. So maybe I'm having dinner, I'm having kebabs for dinner. I'll take a shot when I start eating, depending on my blood sugar, and then again after another hour and a half or so, I'll take another shot. So
Hmm.
you've got to play around with how Fiasp works and use
Works.
it to your
Hmm.
advantage. So if had
Correct.
taken a shot right at the beginning and nothing later, I would definitely have a spike, despite it being a fast insulin, because my food is slow acting.
Yeah, and I'm very excited to talk about the fact that I did the pizza test with this insulin because Noor obviously was not going to try it. I was very intrigued because I read so extensively online where people would say, oh, you divide your insulin, take half shots. And every time I would do that with Lispro,
It
it
never works.
not work.
Yeah,
However, and it did spike with this also, to be very honest, but it just went up to about 235, which I know in Nupur's language is a lot. It's not a number Nupur knows about.
no, but if it's like lesser than you usually have, lesser than a spike that you usually see with a pizza, that's great, right?
So, like with pizza, I can tell you that I have touched with that dividing of this thing also, I have touched 380.
Right.
Happen. So imagine if with the same pizza I'm it's just going to a 230 and coming down on its own. Like I did not take extra shots or anything.
Correct.
I just feel once in a while you can indulge then. Not that I go about doing it every day,
Yeah.
but it does. So that is great because it brings again its action time matches with how the pizza would raise your. Uh, so definitely great if you're on a very high carb diet or if you're even moderately high carb or whatever.
And also, I remember Chhavi saying that I'm very impatient and I don't want to wait. Like, I want to just take my shot and eat. Uh,
Yeah, I can't. And also, I feel it works, Nupur, it's very important in a workspace.
yeah, yeah,
So that's one of the things because sometimes I'll just take my shot and then either a call would come up or I
correct,
would be here and there somewhere in the office and I would forget. So that way, or probably you don't want your team to be waiting. So that way, it's great.
right.
Now, otherwise, it's a whole process for the team. Kya, so 1 o'clock we have to take our food. So 12:45, you better take your insulin. So yeah, then of course it's great that way.
So it's good for people like on the move who were constantly needing to. But I think it's not yet cleared for approval for children, right?
So for people below the age of 18, they cannot take it. It's not recommended for people above the age of 75. So that is something that needs to be taken care of. However, it's so there was this whole pamphlet that came with the insulin. So it says that it's cleared for people who have conceived, ladies who've conceived, ladies who breastfeeding, and you can take it like as a safety norm. They have mentioned that it's safe that you can take this insulin and drive. So that way, it acts like how
Or regular,
acts for all of us.
right? I think the next big question in people's minds is going to be that if it's so awesome, it must be really expensive, and I think
Def-
we should tell them also that it's not.
yeah, it's not. Yeah, that's the great thing. I think you also bought it at pretty much the
The
same price.
same price, yeah, yeah. In fact, I've heard, Chubby, at certain places that maybe it seems like Novo Nordisk wants people to buy Fiasp, and there's a
Mhm.
little bit of a it's probably priced competitively compared to the other fast insulins like Novo Rapid. So maybe it's even a slightly cheaper, price at certain places than
Or
Novo
if
Rapid.
you buy it online. So I did check the prices online. So definitely with all the off that they give you,
Correct.
it actually comes out to be a lot cheaper than like online. Lispro and a cartridge of Lispro and a cartridge of Fiasp would cost me the same.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, whether it's a first time offer or not, I don't know, but yeah, it would. So definitely that's there. So it's available. You use the vial, of course.
Yes.
I use the flex pens, but it's also available in the cartridges. So pretty much how you get your other regular insulin is
Correct.
available like that.
Correct.
Uh, so it does have its own set of pros, but everything has there's a yin and yang balance. So there are definitely cons to this
Coins.
insulin.
Yeah.
There are. Um, I'll talk about the one that did not work for me.
Yeah.
You can't see it here, but I have a huge bruise mark over here. I'm wearing the other thing, so you can't see.
Yeah.
But it just did not work for me when I took it on the arm. Like there was this whole blue patch that came on.
Oh, oh.
And every time I have taken it, my entire arm has it becomes itchy. So there were reports online that said, that it does have a harmful impact. But it was about the pump, I think.
Correct. In fact, Chhavi, my biggest concern before trying it out was just this, that people have had all kinds of skin rashes and
Correct.
redness and swelling. And I thought that why should I rock the boat? And if my thing is
Huh.
going smooth, why do I need to try it
Hmm.
out? But in my experience, I didn't have any rashes or swelling or itching.
Correct.
So
Huh.
I was relieved to see that, it wasn't my experience. But of course, a lot of people on the diabetic communities online have mentioned it. So if you're trying it,
Hmm.
definitely keep an eye out and be careful. And also, so Chavi and I have written a blog together on Fiasp. So it's got all the detailed information about
Yeah.
our experience. So
Yeah.
you guys could check out the blog. It'll be in the description below.
Yes. And in case there's anybody who's using it, we'd love to hear what your experience is. Has it been similar to ours?
Yes.
Uh, is there anything different? Let us know. You can comment on the blog or even here
Yeah.
below the video. So yeah, Noor in Pune has found it very easy to find it in the pharmacy. As my stock has gotten depleted, I am struggling with finding it offline.
In Delhi
Yeah, like I'm struggling. So that's again a big con. Availability in India is
is a problem.
questionable. Yeah,
Right. Right.
definitely. So also, if anybody here knows anybody in Delhi who can link me to somebody who can get me here, please do.
That's a good
Like,
idea.
definitely, please do give the blog read and let us know your thoughts about it.
Yes. Okay
Yeah.
then. Thank you guys.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.